question, because you know equity really has to be at the heart of these sorts of programs if you're to be successful, because if you're not equalizing outcomes in the country, then really to some extent your work is not as impactful as it could be. So for the KCB Scholars Program, what we do is that all selections, we do them in very, very close collaboration with KCB Bank branch staff. We also do it with community volunteers. We have an amazing alumni of people who have been through the KCB Scholars Program who really help us in this recruitment interviewing process. And what we do is that through the branch network, and again, it is not just a KCB Bank branch. We also have agents that are literally everywhere. We make sure that the application forms, that the news is readily available to anyone who wants to participate in this program. We take it online, and we make sure that we do a recruitment process that is also fair to everyone by making sure that it is something that we are trying to make sure that it is perhaps for economically disadvantaged children, that we are really looking at unpacking who can we help, who really has the greatest need and is of course also like academically gifted. And the same principle applies to Tujiajiri. We try and make sure that we are really trying to catch the people who have maybe greater need. We have a very deliberate affirmative action agenda, so we try and bring in at least 10% of our programs for persons with disability or children with disability, refugees, for the programs that I was telling you about, as well as also maybe children who are suffering from, can I say, harmful cultural practices. So
like FGM? Like
FGM, teen marriage. So we try and make sure that our programs really catch the people who really require these sorts of services the most.
So what kind of mentorship and support do you offer these beneficiaries aside from just tuition?
So that's a really good question. So for KCB Scholars, mentorship is built into what it is that we do. We are very, very clear that unless you are also providing holistic support to these scholars, paying school fees is not enough. You have to come in with mentorship, and we do this either through teacher mentors, or also our staff also come in to mentor, and then we also have professional mentors who we bring in to mentor the high school students that we work with. And beyond that, we also try and build in other things, even in our Tujiajiri program, where we make sure that through avenues like, for instance, the Biashara Club, you are able to have maybe peer-to-peer mentorship from women. If you're in business, you're a woman, right? The Biashara Club is for women. And this is something that is with the KCB Bank. You're able to access that peer-to-peer mentorship where you're able to get things like, how do I get more confidence when I'm trying to get a sale, right? So it's something that we've been very deliberate in building into all our programs, and we have found that without contradiction, one of the biggest things that you can do if you're in a position of authority is mentor somebody. One of the biggest advantages you can get for yourself if you want to get ahead is to look for a mentor. Mentorship is one of the biggest enablers of success, either professionally or also in the academic space. So that is something that we really build into the programs.
So we are talking about two programs. We have Scholars Program and we have Tujiajiri Program.
Correct.
Just for the benefit of our viewer to separate these two, how different are they from each other?
So the way I look at it is that KCB Scholars is for the people under 18. So we're trying to make sure that they get an education. So high school, and then they'll go on to tertiary. Tujiajiri is for people over 18. Same thing, we're trying to make sure that they get opportunities. And for over 18, part of it is going to be education through vocational training. The other is going to be through economic empowerment. But it is really something that speaks towards the same thing, which is that we want to create shared prosperity. For KCB Scholars, let people finish high school. Let guys enjoy high school. Let people thrive in high school. For Tujiajiri, It is get what it is that you need to be as economically empowered as you can be as a young person in the country.
We're talking about your focus being on vulnerable groups, girls, the PWDs, FGM survivors, but what kind of tailored support do you offer these groups, or is it just similar from everybody just living a normal life?
No, not really, because we'll find like for scholars, so again under 18,
yes,
we need to get you to finish high school, thrive in high school. So what we do is that we provide like for the physically, so for children who have physical disabilities, we provide assistive devices. So be it wheelchairs, electric wheelchairs, you probably need a cane, you probably need all sorts of support to be able to have you be able to attend school. So we provide that as well. In addition to that, we also make sure that the interventions we have are also tailored for you. So you'll find that, like for instance, we started a scholarship program for student athletes. So people who are really good at athletics or sports, and you don't want to necessarily drop out of school to be able to pursue this. So even for children with disability, one of the things we're trying to make sure that we do is that in the coming year, for instance, you'll see, we also have a sports program that tackles and supports the inclusion of children with disability who are really gifted in this space into the scholarship program. We also, as you said, as you mentioned earlier, provide mentorship. So it's a whole slew of services that really speaks towards making sure that if it's for children with disability, they have the physical as well as also the psychosocial support that they need to be able to thrive in school.
I love that you've mentioned that athletics program, because I was coming to it. I understand, I was reading somewhere that you launched it last year.
Yes.
So how important was this launch, the athletics program, and how does it fit in now to this scholars program?
So how it fits in is that we wanted to make sure that for us, again, our goal for the high school is to make sure that as many people are not falling off after primary school. And we noticed that students who are very talented in running sometimes, unfortunately, have to make a choice between the academics or training so that they can become professional athletes. We knew that is a space we have to intervene in. So last year we launched our Gifted and Talented program, which was around trying to get talented athletic students into school. And we partnered with schools like, for instance, Transcend, that are able to train both on the academic side as well as on the running side. And as a consequence, we were able to get the first cohort of about 50 students. So they joined Form 1 last year, and it has been so affirming because it really speaks towards what happens when you give people an opportunity. These young people are competing and winning when you look at the sports front. They're competing in Kenya, they're competing for East Africa. We have 2 who are set to compete in Nigeria for Kenya on a continental level. And it is something that really speaks towards that thing of, if you invest in somebody, a lot of the time all you have to do is to just give them the space to really show you just how brilliant they were going to be. So it has been phenomenal. It has really exceeded even our expectations. And it is something that we are all extremely proud of, what our student athletes have been able to do.